Well, some great news here from Westminster Magistrates Court in Marylebone. That news being that Piers Corbyn's cases, Piers Corbyn, that's Jeremy Corbyn's brother, have all been thrown out, all three of them. So the best this Tory oligarchy can do now is to try to find the talented musicians here who are still playing. Under coronavirus legislation, basically a public assembly when they shouldn't have been earlier this year. So that they're trying to find them like 10,000, and an appalling amount of money, like £10,000. You know, it's just wicked. But that's some success, and let's not forget the terrible damage that this Tory oligarchy has caused. Let's not forget the businesses that they're destroying. Let's not forget the children that are being driven to suicide, and they're now finding suicide notes in 10-year-olds' satchels, you know, and the damage he's doing is continuing unabated. We must ultimately get rid of this Tory oligarchy. So, can I just ask Tyra, so what do you think about today's news? I'm rather proud. I'm rather glad it's happened. I had an idea that it would happen.
Unfortunately, Campbell from Jammer Freedom, he's still got a trial. Pierce has gone in there, the public gallery, to support them. That's why he's not here. Pierce's charges have been dropped. From that day, and also the recent one. There's actually 3 charges that have been dropped against different dates. One's the one that in February in Bishop's Park or Market. The other one is when Piers was literally campaigning to be Mayor of London, and they arrested him there and then, which is totally fascistic. It's totally like wrong that you can't even campaign to be in an election, and he was being arrested. That is something that happens in.
That is total totalitarianism, isn't it? Tyrannical.
I mean, if you either want the election to occur or you don't. If you are allowed to campaign, there shouldn't have been that Mayor of London election. No, it got delayed again. It's been delayed already from a year. But it needs to be delayed again. So it doesn't mean that Khan has another 4 years from when it starts. Yes, he only has 3 years. And if it was occurred next year, he would have 2 years. You know what I mean? So we can't have the election. You get the rest of the people campaigning. You shouldn't have the election.
Shouldn't have the election.
Well, I think personally that you should be able to do whatever you want. I mean, I've never, you know.
They might as well just tell us we live in a totalitarian oligarchy.
You're allowed to do freedom of speech. You're allowed to do these things. No state, no government can ever take that away from you.
No. It's inalienable.
So people go to me, how was lockdown? And I say, I don't know, I never lived a day of lockdown. Lockdown only exists up here.
Me too. It's nonsense.
But back to the point, he's gone in to support Campbell, the
musician,
because they're trying to give him a £10,000 fine.
£10,000. I mean, that is obscene, isn't it? That is obscene.
A gathering.
That's a typical Tory trick, isn't it? £10,000.
It's not Tory. It's all of them. It's
all of them. All of them, just as bad.
Labour government, all these people.
They're vile.
And I'm really glad. I've been saying this for years. I'm really glad people are starting to see this now in real time, because it doesn't matter. All these parties we have in Parliament, whether it's Labour, Conservative, Lib Dem, SNP, Green, they're all high authoritarian parties. There isn't a party of liberty, like a libertarian one, that says, no, we actually need less. We need less of all of this. There's no party like that. So it doesn't matter what government you're getting, what party leads it. It's a different style of management. A different style of management. But it's all the same thing. Big state, big taxes.
And I don't know about you, but I think what we must have is a new party, which is a cross-political party, which is its mandate must be liberty and free speech. And I think it's got to be a cross-political force that must take Tory votes away and also Labour votes away, and because as you rightly say, there is no difference. They all want a fascist totalitarian oligarchy.
So I've been saying, because I don't personally see the world in left and right. I've been saying that itself is just another division tactic. It's like the whole thing with
very true.
With Extinction Rebellion,
very true.
Feminist stuff. It's all to divide. The state. That's why the state loves those Extinction Rebellion people, Black Lives Matter, all that, because they're actually helping the state by dividing people.
Well, I would say that.
There's reason why I hate the freedom movement. We're united
Yeah.
people, whether no matter what their race is.
Oh yeah, great day, Yeah, say hello to the camera. Great day coming. Listen, I've seen you beaten up by the police. He's a very, very brave lady who's braved all the way along. And here she is. We're still here, and you know what? We're winning. We are winning. And I think Extinction Rebellion and others are state organised, just so that this obnoxious pretty patel.
I mean, like, I don't understand why they call Extinction Rebellion. Because all of the world governments are pushing this environmentalist agenda that Extinction Rebellion wants. They're not rebels. They're not Extinction Rebellion. They're Extinction collaborators.
It's one big contradiction, isn't it?
It's like, oh no, we're rebels. So how are you rebels? Every single world leader is talking about the exact same thing you're talking about. Literally COP26 at the moment in Glasgow is occurring. The only two people absent from it are the two biggest polluters.
And the first time I ever come across them was at a park in Bethnal Green. I thought, who the hell are these Extinction Rebellion? Next thing, they're in America, they're across the globe, and their website is phenomenally opulent. It's rich. So whoever's behind them got money.
I call them Extinction Collaborators because they collaborate with big governments to put the whatever I call it, New World Order, whatever I call it. I call it the establishment, the world establishment. They're collaborating with those guys. They're what Hillary Clinton wants to call her supporters. They are useful idiots.
Useful idiots. I think Joe Starling called his friend. He was a friend of H.G. Wells, the British scientist, but I think he called him a useful idiot. One of these other people.
They think that they're rebels. They think that, we all sound very romantic. We got to stop the world's going to end in 10 years. This sort of nonsense. Fantasy stuff that they do.
Well, that's the next big thing, isn't it? The climate thing. They're working on it at the moment.
The whole big thing, people are starting to wake up from it. They know it's all con now. Like, people with a bit of sense, they know that it's all bullshit because they're not wearing the mask properly. They know whether consciously or subconsciously it's not right. And now, what the bigger thing is, the bigger picture is the whole environmentalist thing. And that's what it's like. They're no longer calling it back to passports in some places. They're calling it green passports. The European Union, you need a green passport to get into the building.
And I think a lot behind it. I mean, I'm not usually one to apply psychological theories to situations, but I think the psychological theory of cognitive dissonance applies to this completely. Basically, it explains the principles of the behaviour. People are afraid of conflict. That's why they'll take the vaccine. That's why they won't come out with us.
It's demoralisation that successfully works. That's why you have the behavioural psychology and all that. That coincidentally is also in the same exact building where Tory Party HQ is. Right? So it's like these people are working hand in hand, and I'm sure wherever the Labour Party HQ is, they'll be in there, they will go. It doesn't matter. But they're using this, and it's like there's a famous quote. It says the obedience always use virtue, where in fact it's cowardice. So when people now wear a mask in public, it's almost like a virtue thing.
That is so true.
And virtue is so great. And they're not. They know they're cowards. But they hide behind the mask of virtue.
They're going along with it, and I think the other thing is there's just this total trust in the state. That they think the state can do no wrong. And a lot of that, as you rightfully say, is really virtue signalling. It's not bravery.
If you think that the state can do no wrong, or governments can't do no wrong, then your history teacher has utterly failed you.
Absolutely.
All of history, the biggest mass killers on Earth have always been government officials.
Yes, it's very, very true.
Stalin, whether it's Hitler, whether it's Mao, whether it's Pol Pot, they're all the biggest mass killers in history are government.
And the good thing about him is long term, none of them have lasted. They've all been ousted. Well, apart from, say, maybe China, which is the Maoist regime. But I think today we can really hold our heads a little bit higher, having achieved this today. I had the idea that it may be thrown out.
It'd be a perfect victory if Campbell now comes out from Sound of Freedom, and he would have come out by now, so the trial's still going. But sometimes what the state does, what the judiciary does, is that the Crown Prosecution Service will drop the cases. We'll drop the cases. We'll drop the cases, and they won't even tell you that they're meant to contact you. They're meant to say, "Hey, we dropped the charges," so people don't waste a day at work. Taking a day off work or whatever, making money. And then you'll turn up at a court, and the court clerk will go, "Oh no, they dropped the charges."
I mean, this won't be in the mass media, will it? I mean, this will probably be a couple of pages in the Sunday Mail or something like that, but it won't be mass media, as we know. But I mean, to find musicians £10,000, you know, after all, if you look at,
it's just another way of the state stealing your money.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I always say is that why should anyone be paying taxes now to a state in the UK here that is £2 trillion in debt?
Yeah, two trillion. Yeah. Try and get your head around that figure. Yeah.
Including the pensions.
Yeah.
So it's probably a lot more than that. Probably 4
Yeah,
trillion,
yeah, indeed.
right?
Yeah.
But people don't understand yet. So we're giving money to a body that is factually, fiscally irresponsible. They cannot handle money.
No.
It's like if I went to you. If you give money and I was heavily in debt and I just went, oh, give me a couple of £100, I'll be sensible.
Yeah.
Oh, but you sure?
Yeah.
You're 50 grand in debt. You know, that's what I mean. It's like, you're not sensible at all. It's that sort of logic.
They're spending money like it's Christmas,
Well,
aren't
put it
they?
like this, yeah. People don't understand how much a trillion is, yeah, right? Just 1 trillion alone, yeah.
I can't understand that amount of
No, you
money.
can't.
Yeah.
You literally, no one on earth can count to a trillion. That's how much a trillion is. So even if you were born immediately and you had the magical ability to count, and you spent all of your life, even if you lived to 100, you spent all of your life counting, you would still never reach a trillion.
Yeah.
That's how much a trillion is.
And I think the American definition of a trillion is another zero, is it, or one less zero? The American definition of a trillion.
I don't know how many zeros it even has, mate.
Yeah, but it's a lot of money.
I think it's 12 zeros, but I'm not exactly sure. Right? But this is the point, like, but even a billion, so a billion seconds ago, it was the 1980s. A billion seconds ago, a billion minutes ago, the Roman Empire was still about. A billion hours ago, men lived in caves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's just a billion. Now a trillion. This state will never pay off that debt. And America's like 30 trillion in debt. They will never pay off that debt. They will never ever pay off that debt.
It's impossible.
It is mathematically impossible.
Yeah.
It would take 100 generations to actually pay that off.
Yeah.
That's if they paid it back from now. They never spent it ever again. They never spent.
But I think most American economists would say it doesn't matter how much their national debt is. What they're worried about is their gross national product. As long as they can keep producing, that's all that matters to them. Like, for instance, one reason the Germans lost the war was that the American howitzer military machine was just so huge. Germany just could not keep up with it. That's one reason. It's just so huge. Yeah. Thank you so much for your profound thoughts there. Much appreciated. Yeah. So we can celebrate Guy Fawkes night, I think, with a little bit more zest tonight. Oh, hi Leslie, how are you? Yeah. How are you doing? Yeah. Do you want to? I just had some great news. You heard the good news, and that is that all Piers' charges have been thrown out.
The other guy was telling
Yeah, and the best they can do now is to charge these musicians £10,000 fine. I mean, you know, it's just cruel, isn't it? We'll have a whip round for them. You know, I mean, at a time, you know, when you're getting people, that lady who went down a couple of days ago for killing her husband. If people had domestic problems, domestic issues at home, all this has been exacerbated by these terrible lockdowns, and to find people, you know, £10,000 when we need a bit of life, when we need a bit of sociability, it's just wicked and just so Tory, isn't it? Yeah.
So we're just standing here to
Yeah. Oh, thanks so much for coming. Yeah.
We haven't done anything.
No.
Just
Making a whole day of it.
Oh, absolutely.
what's going on at the court?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a bonfire at Guy Fawkes at Parliament Square tonight, I
I
think.
must admit, I'm not a fan of fireworks.
No.
I like all the animal rights people because of
Yeah.
the frightened animals.
Sure.
We're going to go on the march,
The Mass March, so that should be great.
Which apparently some of the previous people who used to do those marches don't like the freedom people.
I know, yeah.
They're a bit funny about it.
The main thing is, I think whatever side of the, as a guy over there was saying, he doesn't like to see left and right as an idea, but I think whatever side of the political spectrum you've been or you have been, now is the time, you know, when we need a coalition. That coalition is so important.
What about the freedom movement? Because it's a very broad coalition, isn't it?
Yeah.
Marxists, like
Marxists, yeah, I mean, yeah.
people who are more considered on the right.
On the right, yeah. Well, it proves above all that we've got something in common. There's some things we've all got in common, humanity, but, you know, anyone that studied sensory deprivation and knows what sensory deprivation does, the experiments they did at McGill University in the 60s, knows how devastating sensory deprivation is. It destroys people, and that's why there's so much domestic violence. And we've got these Tories to thank for it, haven't we? You know, but thanks again for coming. Appreciate it.
For not being a proper opposition.
Are they all as bad as one another? Yeah.
As bad, and they're
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, but I think
people who lean left
yeah.
and want freedom, they can such a...
Well, I think the Tories must be paying Starmer.
The Greens have been such a
Yeah.
disappointment.
Oh, totally,
as
totally.
Greens
Wear the
have been
muzzle,
a
you know, wear the muzzle.
disappointment. They've all been a disappointment.
The Greens have been moving in that way for so many years now.
Yeah.
I've lost
Yeah, the green on the
the Greens
outside,
were-
red on the
Yeah, yeah, it's about right.
Watermelons.
Yeah. Pathetic. Yeah. I remember them saying once the Green Party's defence policies have a massive hedge in your garden so that no one can fire missiles over. Is that true? I mean, I was never a member of the Green Party, so I can't say for sure. No, I'm being slightly facetious, you know, but yeah, it's great, yeah. But yeah, looking forward to Kingston next weekend. Are you going to the Kingston thing next weekend? Christine's thing, the Kingston,
no,
yeah.
I'm not going to Christine's meal.
Oh, that's going to be good.
I'm just doing so much like
Yeah.
animal rights.
Yeah. I know you're dedicated, totally dedicated.
As well,
Yeah.
and animal rights. And I'm doing things with other people.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to Christine's.
You see,
You could go to Christine's meal.
it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Yeah. Because the thing is, I think another next Sunday. But the good thing, yeah.
12th of December, Earlsfield.
Another good thing, another remarkable thing about the coalition, the fact this is a coalition, left, right, Bovril, liberal, termite, marmite, you name it, is that all the problems that we had before will still be there. But the main thing is we get rid of this shocking Tory oligarchy first. That's the primary issue.
This shocking coronavirus bit.
And that nonsense as well, yeah. And this lot walking around as well, yeah. Look at them, look.
It feels like on the political compass for so many years it's been left right everybody's talking about,
Yeah.
and it's now changing to the dominant theme is authoritarian, libertarian, freedom versus...
Well, I think that's another. If there's one positive thing that's come out of all this is that people have realised the importance of their freedoms and the importance of the civil libertarian movement. Yeah. I know. Yeah, do as they're told, the sheep. If they told them to jump over a cliff, they probably would. You know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know some good people. I know good people that have had the vaccine. I've had 5 nurse colleagues die in the last 5 months, which is more than a coincidence in my opinion. Five of them, and you could say that 1 or 2 of them had issues, but 5 in a month. It's like those 2 school kids who died, 2 boys. Yeah. I mean, what are the chances of that? A billion to 1? A billion to 1? I mean, the law of averages would say that's impossible.
Young men who are athletes who suddenly died only in their 20s and 30s from the jab.
Yeah.
Articles, lots of them, young men mostly.
It could be pure coincidence, but what gets me is that you can't have, on the one hand, anybody who tests positive for COVID and dies within 48 days is a COVID death. But at the same time as saying anybody who dies shortly after the vaccine isn't a vaccine.
Yeah.
You can't, that's so double thing.
Well, that's a coincidence within a coincidence, isn't it? Really, you know.
You can't have it both ways. They should apply the same rule. And they should be saying, yes, we have all these vaccines.
Yeah.
But no, there's no link. But COVID cases, oh yes.
Yeah. We certainly haven't seen the last of it yet. It's well on. It's just in the early days yet. I mean, as I say, this pathogenic priming and this autoimmune response. I don't think people realise the intensity, the devastating effect this is going to have on people's health. You know, and you know, you're looking at top doctors now that are coming out and speaking the truth, raising their head above the parapet. It takes a lot of courage, but what a lot of them realise as well, I'm sure, is when the shit does hit the fan and criminal charges do start being given out, they want to make sure they're on the right side of the law, don't they? So that's another reason. I mean, I've been to coroner's court quite a few times and seen a lot of people die, but you know what? A coroner the ones I've been to, doesn't leave any stone unturned. He'll overturn it, and he doesn't care for excuses, and he wants to get to the truth.
Vaccine deaths of young men.
Well, I think it will be, no matter how much they try to censor it, it'll be just so phenomenally outrageous with the parents of kids and that they won't be able to keep it up.
Lisa Shaw definitely died from the vaccine.
Is she dead? Oh, Lisa Shaw, yeah, the BBC reporter, yeah.
They definitely ruled it as a vaccine death.
Poor lady. That came out in the media, didn't it? That came out in the media, yeah. But to be modest, they'll say, there was one or two, but on the whole, I mean, Pfizer in its own leaflet says there is an acceptable death rate. Now, I've given a lot of injections over the years, but I've never given a leaflet that says there's an acceptable death rate, expecting the patient to die. Now, and I've always monitored the side effects as well, but is there a new thing now, an acceptable death rate?
No acceptable death rate with COVID, but there's an acceptable death rate with the vaccine.
With the vaccine, I mean, yeah.
COVID, there's no acceptable death rate.
Yeah.
Even if somebody's 90 or something. I fully expected my dad might die when he got COVID. He was 89.
Yeah.
He survived.
Yeah, and he didn't have it, did he? He didn't have the.
He didn't.
Yeah, right.
He was in hospital a few days on oxygen.
But he didn't have the jab, did he?
I didn't have
He did.
Oh, he did have it. He did have it. Oh, right, brave man.
But
Yeah.
that was pre the jabs.
Yeah.
That was in the early days around March last year.
Yeah.
He got COVID. And they still jabbed him.
My God, yeah.
Hasn't his health deteriorated since the jab?
I believe so. He's much more confused and demented.
Yeah.
He has COVID, recovers,
Yeah.
probably got immunity,
Yeah.
and they give him the jab, and he starts to get his
Yeah.
Worse
dementia gets
dementia.
worse.
And your mum got that.
And my
massive
mum's
stroke
dementia got
and
worse.
died.
You see, again now, a lot of the vaccine remorse are now saying, how do we get out of this? Now, there's a Dr. David Martin, who's a great guy, incredible mind, who's saying we can't find a way out of this because we don't know what the hell's in the vaccine. So there was never any proper protocol, as we know. There was never any animal testing. It didn't go through the proper protocols.
They did do animal testing, and they did.
They did a little bit, but it didn't
But
go
they
through.
shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I agree with
animal
you. It
testing
shouldn't
is
happen.
completely
Yeah.
unethical.
Yeah.
It's unreliable for humans. It tells you the wrong results.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they normally go through a normal protocol,
It normally goes through more
which is
of it.
outrageous
But
anyway.
there's always better ways of testing.
Yeah, not just that, but some of these cosmetic like Revlon and all that, they used to use animal testing. Outrageous, yeah. But thanks to you both for coming. Anyways, I think we can celebrate Guy Fawkes tonight.
Good luck to Jam for Freedom.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck to Jam for Freedom.
Their case needs to be thrown out too. And they need to be apologised to as well.
Exactly.
I mean, they deserve a complete unreserved apology.
They'll never admit liability. They'll never admit
They
liability.
shouldn't have to be up here.
No way.
Just having people in the park enjoying their music.
I know, yeah, it's outrageous, yeah. Yeah, thanks so much, yeah. We'll be around.
There was that lady that they were brutally grabbed
Yeah.
and twisted nearly 6 years ago.
Well, there's a lot happening. Hi, mate. How you doing? Yeah, nice to see you. Yeah. What do you think about the result today? I thought it was quite good. Fantastic,
They stopped Pierce's case. It's great.
Great news, yeah.
Definitely thumbs up.
Because like me, I know you've been there from the inception. You've seen the police brutality and you've suffered yourself. And the tide must turn at some stage.
I would agree. But yeah, it's definitely great news for Piercy. I mean, they couldn't get him for anything because he was out there doing his mayor electoral campaign and stuff. So yeah,
and I think all credit to Richard Winters, his attorney as well. Brilliant, I spoke to Richard, a very down to earth guy, but it's good he's got the money to fight these cases. But I think after the last case, I think the magistrate realised it was like much ado about nothing, and this can only go so far. This insanity. And he probably gets sick of the sound of his own voice, the magistrate as well. Because let's not forget the real name of magistrates' court is police courts. The police, that's the real name of it. That's why they know 90. That's why most people choose to go trial by jury, because they're police courts. Never 2 days. But great, we're all still here. That's the main thing. Anyway, fantastic news. Yeah, we celebrate Guy Fawkes with their heads held a little bit higher tonight. Anyway, fantastic. Yeah, great stuff.
Right, no worries.
Cheers.
Yeah.
So there's a lot happening here today, as you can see, and we've had one positive result this morning, and hopefully we're going to get another one and get this one quashed as well. But the trouble is, I think the state still likes to maintain the status quo, and obviously the magistrates court are part of the state, and they may still try to find one party guilty, you know, to maintain their authority and over things. I sat through the last court case and it was so boring, it was unimaginable, and they are. But I'll let you know as soon as we get an update. Thanks for watching. Cheers.